Howdy, howdy, y'all. It is another Maharaj episode, chapter 52. Being happy, making happy is the rhythm of life. Now, this is a very, very short chapter. This one's a pretty short chapter. It was only about like 3, 4 pages. Um, and like half of it really is the questioner going into great detail about ostensibly about their childhood. It gets pretty intense. It's really, to me, it feels different than the other chapters because the other chapters, a lot of it, it never, it, I mean, they would get personal at times and whatnot, but that didn't ever seem to be the centerpiece. And this one, it more felt like Maharaj is being like a psychiatrist or something than like a guru. I mean, towards the end, he kind of makes it about, you got to search within yourself and these sort of matters, like trying to get it back to that sort of thing. But yeah, this guy, um, the questioner, he went through some crazy stuff. Like he had a mom that he had like serious mom issues. Like his mom apparently was this not kind woman who just did not love him and did not care for him and all this sort of stuff. Which I don't know, kind of weird. Like this is, I don't know, it's kind. I just think that stuff is kind of weird. Like I guess societies are very different about like adoption and things, and obviously abortion and stuff of these stuff. Like I was like, man, you gotta settle on something. But anyways, that's neither here or there. Point being, um, it's just a very unfortunate circumstance because now this guy just always having this, this sort of like, essentially mama issues. He just had, these, just the typical issues, and he's just kind of just conveying it. Like I say, I'm not trying to. Well, I mean, I think with this review, I mean, I don't know what more I could add to it. Because it's pretty much just one of those things that you read straight away. Yeah, I mean, like without me just telling it all that happened in the chapter. Um, what I do find interesting is how he gets it back to trying to like how Maharaj approaches this. So like you just imagine this guy just wanted to spiel, essentially saying like, yeah, my mom like was very cruel towards me, was not loving towards me at all. Not even like in a statutory like, oh, she was kind of strict or whatever. Just like she literally just did not care for him at all. Just like just considered him a burden. Um, it's very. I want to see, like I want you to notice the questioning, the sort of questioning that Maharaj does, because he takes this what I would say is a pretty intense situation, and this is what he does with it. Maharaj, where is your childhood now, and what is your future? Questioner, I was born, I have grown, I shall die. Maharaj, you mean your body, of course, and your mind. I am not talking of your psychiatry, physiology, and psychology. They are part of nature and are governed by nature's laws. I am talking of your search for love. Had it a beginning? Will it have an end? I really cannot say. It is there, from the earliest to the last moment of my life. This yearning for love, how constant and how hopeless. In your search for love, what exactly are you searching for? Simply this: to love and to be loved. You mean a woman? Not necessarily. A friend, a teacher, a guide, as long as the feeling is bright and clear. Of course, a woman is the usual answer, but it need not be the only one. Maharaj, of the two, what would you prefer, to love or to be loved? I would rather have both, but I can see that to love is greater, nobler, deeper. To be loved is sweet, but it does not make one grow. Maharaj, can you love on your own, or must you be made to love? One must meet somebody lovable, of course. My mother was not only not loving, she was also not lovable. Maharaj, what makes a person lovable? Is it not the being loved? First you love, and then you look for reasons. Questioner. It can be the other way around. You love what makes you happy. Maharaj. But what makes you happy? Questioner. There is no rule about it. The entire subject is highly individual and unpredictable. Maharaj. Right. Whichever way you put it. Unless you love, there is no happiness. But does love always make you happy? It is not the association of love with happiness, a rather early infantile stage. Infantile stage? But when the beloved suffers, don't you suffer too? And do you cease to love because you suffer? Must love and happiness come and go together? Is love merely the expectation of pleasure? And, and of course not. There can be much suffering in love. Maharaj, then what is love? It is not a state of being rather than a state of mind. Must you know that you love in order to love? Did you not love your mother unknowingly? Your craving for her love, for an opportunity to love her, is it not the movement of love? Is not love as much a part of you as consciousness of being? You sought the love of your mother because you loved her. Questioner, but she would not let me. Maharaj, she could not stop you. Questioner, then what? Then why was I unhappy all my life? Maharaj, because you did not go down to the very roots of your being. It is your complete ignorance of yourself that covered up your love and happiness and made you seek for what you have never lost. Love is will, the will to share your happiness with all, being happy, making happy. This is the rhythm of love. I just love this line of questioning he does, and I love how he's getting him to realize, like, look, love is this thing. You're just out there loving and being in a state of loving. If you want to be a happy, loving person, nothing is stopping you in this world. If people don't reciprocate that love, that doesn't stop you from being loving. That just means they just don't reciprocate the love. That I think that there's just a brilliance in this sort of thing, because it's not then saying like, oh, you should just just keep one-siding loving them and blah blah blah. I mean, like, you can if you want. It doesn't matter because you're still loving. You're in a loving state, and that's what matters. And so you're in this happy state because you are the one that puts that's in control of what goes on in here. Essentially, that sort of mentality. That's really what Maharaj is trying to. It's really showing this guy, and I think it's I mean, for me personally, it would be very difficult, especially when someone just like shared that sort of deep stuff. I mean, I don't know, especially for me because I have like a good mom, I have like a good family and stuff. So like, um, yeah, it's very different circumstance for me. Like, I don't relate to a lot of that in that same way. I'd just be taken. I mean, and it's can be very easy to be taken aback by situations like that and be like, oh, maybe life is just unfair. Maybe this whole thing is just a cruel, unkind joke, and to go down the nihilism path. Like, I understand why people go down these dark paths, but I love it. Like, Maharaj doesn't let the fact that, like, yes, this guy pours his heart out there, but he doesn't let that stop him from still just kind of trying to cut through the BS and try to teach him still the point of, get to down to it. That being happy, making happy, this is the rhythm of life. Or as the name of the chapter, this the rhythm of life or love. It says love in the chapter, but life on that's the title. So both work too, because they're both essentially just life is love, right? So with that idea of life being love, I hope you all have an excellent day, an excellent weekend, an excellent whatever may be going on. Just hope it's a good one. Namaste, y'all. Jai Gurudev, please.